Put your game face on.
Game faces, boys.
That doesn't look like a game face.
Oh.
And we're live!
We are, and that's game face. That's it. So, guys, Willing to Save the World, Season 2, Episode 15, the season finale of Season 2.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And I don't know how you guys are feeling, but you know what I'm feeling? Aliens.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, we're getting straight into that. Okay.
No foreplay.
Hell
No
yeah.
foreplay.
Okay.
But no, we'll get into it in a little bit. But I'm just thinking aliens is definitely something I'm excited to talk about. So, and Ghost. Ryan mentioned Ghost before the show started. So I kind of want to know more about Ryan because I think Ryan has some expertise he hadn't shared with us, Nick.
Oh, hey, hold on. Are both considered to be supernatural or only ghosts? Are only spirits supernatural?
Yes.
There was a differentiation between the two.
And extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial.
They both get secondary fancy terms.
Yep.
But they're not the same.
Ryan knows,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I knew there was a differentiation between them though, but
supernatural, extraterrestrial, all the cool things that we can't see. Dude, I'm a jingle master. Holy shit.
Well, actually, another thing is there's a show called Supernatural, and they never call it like Aliens. So I feel like that.
Wow,
that's
lame
also
show.
another way to go.
Lame show deserves
true,
to be
not
canceled.
accurate. No.
You're gonna get blamed for that one.
No.
shit.
But it's hilarious. Like I think honestly, like Ryan, I'm glad that you and Nick are like on the alien and ghost train because I love that type of content. Like I really like watching, that on videos. Like there's one channel I can highly recommend called Top Fives. He does like the top fives, like ghost sightings, alien sightings, like weird things, like disappearances. It's like really interesting.
Kind of like the number 15 Burger King foot lettuce. Like
yeah, who is that guy?
What?
Yeah, you don't know that meme, Nick?
Mm-mm.
Oh, the last thing you'd want to find on your Burger King burger.
Yeah, that guy's voice is like
Burger King foot lettuce.
He's like, and if you look at the picture, he's like, there'll be aliens in the far right. I forget the guy's name, but that's how he talks. Yeah.
What the hell?
He's really popular. He's got like millions of subs. Yeah.
Wow. Who knew? Who knew that's all it took?
He's so unenthusiastic.
Burger King foot lettuce.
But he has such like a diction of a way of saying the words. Like it's like the way he says it. It's
at the same time, he's monotone. So
yep, it gets people's attention.
No enthusiasm at all.
Oh shit, dude.
So yeah, but
that's what I
dudes,
aspire to be. Just unenthusiastic.
No, Ryan, not someone looking as fly as you. It's not possible.
True.
So yeah, because guys, Ryan has some serious swag he's repping tonight. He's like flexing on us big time.
No,
go ahead, Ryan. Ryan. Do it.
No, because it's not even like showing. It's a reflective jacket. You can kind of see it like here, but like the whole thing isn't going.
I'm gonna be honest. When you lean back like that and lift up the pocket, it almost looks like across the pocket it says Glizzy.
No, definitely not.
You see that too, Will? He got on the Glizzy swag right now.
There's a V in it. There's no. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like two Z's and a Y.
All right. I mean,
I can't talk right now. I'm doing hot dog shit.
There's a Z in it.
It still looks lit though, Ryan. So
thank you.
Literally.
Yeah, it's literally lit. You're exactly right, Nick.
I feel like I'm going too much.
But guys, we're gonna do for our season finale of season 2. We're gonna do some life topics tonight, and I think we're also gonna get into aliens and ghosts because
should we say that towards the end and do like the simpler stuff, or should we? Because I feel
the problem is I want to get into it.
I would get into it.
I feel like if we get into this, we're not going to stop and get into like.
Well, if we don't get into life questions, that's fine.
All right. Well, see, when I was listening to the radio at work the other day, I was driving down the road, and they had a story from the news of this lady that claimed that she was making love to a ghost.
How deep do you think
How deep do you think these supernatural interactions can go? You think she's capping, or do you think she really is out here with a ghost? You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to say because like people have been like scratched or like possessed. So like there's different extents to it. It also depends how powerful the entity is. So it's hard to say whether
Ryan was ready, bro.
Ryan's ready for this topic.
How powerful can they be? Is there a ghost scale? Is it like 1 to 10, or it's more like a tier list, like triple S ghost, like going to kill you and your family, D list ghost, like just kind of bumping into shit?
There's like the little like floating orbs. It depends how much like energy they have. Like it all goes all the way up to like I think demons can only do things that others can't, stuff like that. Like one of like the really famous ones is like the Zozo demon. and I don't remember where it is, but there's a bunch of shows about it. But then there's like the poltergeist that can move things. There's the ones that you can see in pictures. There's the ones that like can scratch you, stuff like that.
Dude, creepy stuff. I'm gonna be honest. But as you were saying that, I was like, "Whoa!" And my fan was blowing on my back, so I was double like,
Yeah.
I don't like it. I
It's a
don't like it
ghost
at
blowing
all.
in your background. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been.
What do you? So before we get too far into this, let me just adjust the chat. We got it's Seal saying
Yeah.
hello. We got Project Turtle in the house.
Okay, hello.
And then Seal again.
That is a great question.
The ghost.
You know what, Will? We did talk about a question that we weren't going to answer on stream,
Yes.
but this might be the alternative we were looking for. Is that, Ken? What do you think?
At what price would you?
No, not at what price. Well, maybe it's something that, hey,
Right.
I got a ghost for you.
Well, all I can say is that I don't know. Ryan might know because he's the expert better than me. But I will say, like, I don't know if you can make love with a ghost. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
not
I
sure
mean,
that one.
yeah,
I don't think
I'm
the science. I don't think the science that's been and like the probably millions of dollars going into like the research of ghosts and like proving that they do exist. I don't think it's going into that. Like, I feel like it's more of like, do they exist and like to what level, stuff like that.
Do you guys think though, like, if the government knew ghosts exist, that they would cover that up? Like, I mean, because they must have, right? Because I mean, if there's research, like you said, Ryan, like that address.
I don't think
ghosts,
it's. I don't think it's governmental research though. Like, it's mostly like the shows, like the Ghost Hunter and stuff like that. And
yeah, but you think the government would be interested in that?
Here's the thing.
It's not something they can do. Like, they can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not to the point where like it's not 100% of people believe in it. It's, I don't even know what the percentage would be, but people do or don't believe in it. So it's also something that like it's in like, I feel like it's limited places. It's not something that could happen just anywhere. So I feel like it's harder for them to cover that up because then they'd have to go buy like all the places that are even claimed to be haunted, and people like, oh, if the government's buying houses that people say are claimed, I'm going to claim my house is haunted, have them come buy my house.
Well, hold on. So are you saying that ghosts and spirits and entities are tied to a location? Like they're not free roaming?
They can be, or items, stuff like that, because they can also like attach themselves to people if they're like powerful enough.
I don't like that.
That's
one here's
of, like,
the question too.
Risks.
The government might not also be able to do things with ghosts because ghosts, and forgive my ignorance if I'm wrong here, were once people. And maybe those people don't F with the government. You know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, I'm not giving the government my help. And if there was a ghost that was like a hoorah government, military type person, I think they'd probably have pulled up already. You know what I'm saying? I think they'd be like, I'm here to volunteer my services.
I was going to say, how do we know that they aren't dumping at least some money into the research of it?
Yeah, we wouldn't know. I'm just wondering if you could see that's a possibility, because I've seen Lord of the Rings. So I know that I'm the only one who's going to get this reference, but Aragorn recruits the army of the dead to fight a battle with him, and they change the tide of the war. So
interesting.
If we could pull off that kind of feat, you could think our government could see some value in that.
So if a ghost can move an item and we can just hand them over, I don't know, an M16, and we just got floating M16s going onto the battlefield, bullets just whizzing by.
Yep.
They don't know what they're shooting. It'd be an easy way to claim victory. I think if I was an enemy soldier and I just seen a gun floating through the air, just ripping off shots at me, I'd be like, never mind, y'all got this. I'm out.
Right.
I'm out. Y'all win. I think it'd be a way to spare lives. Okay, ghost battles.
Imagine it was a ghost of like a war vet who's been there before.
Right.
That's why he's a ghost. He still hasn't like made it past his trauma. We're like, get back in there, soldier.
Yeah.
See?
It'd
be kind of messed up, but maybe it wins the war.
It's it's one of the ones that's like what haunts them is the people they couldn't save, not the people that they like did or something like that, but the people that they left there. So it would help them to go back and like find them as ghosts and like be able to say sorry, whatever, and then they can move on.
Not even necessarily say sorry, but they could be like, hey, because of me, this war ceased. Lives were spared. And now I can pass on.
And
Do you think all ghosts are trying to pass on? Or do you think some are just like, fuck it, bro, I'm chilling?
I feel like some of them don't know that they're ghosts. Some of them are still here because they have like a massive like hatred or whatever that's keeping them here, and they just gotta like let go.
Ooh.
And then I feel like there's a multitude of reasons why they're here. Like demons, I assume, are here for like specific reasons that are not to pass on. So
Creepy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's funny, like, and the question I think begs itself. It may seem like an obvious one, but what are ghosts? Are they just dead people, or are they, like Ryan said, they could be demons? But are those
I was
dead
gonna say,
people
is
who
that it?
became
Yeah.
demons? Yeah, like I mean, like that's a question. And you know, Ryan, like, and it's funny, like almost like oh, nice save, Nick. I have
Thank
this,
you. Yeah.
I have this bug like circling this because I have the lights on.
Ooh. So if you're religious with like the Bible, so the first woman actually wasn't Eve, it's Lilith. So because Eve was created from Adam's rib, the first woman was Lilith, who went off and is supposed to be like the mother of all evil. So she was like human. So technically, all evil could be human. So demons could be human.
I have heard that Lilith thing before.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Yeah.
confirm.
I don't think I have, to be honest. So, but I'm not. I don't really follow religion that closely. So I mean, you know, I know some of it for sure, but I don't know that much about it. But definitely, it's dude, it's super interesting. Honestly, I mean, I feel like this ghost thing, and same goes with aliens, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
But as far as ghosts go, yeah, I mean, like you said, Ryan, there's a lot of content out there of people like ghost hunting and stuff, and there's some weird experiences. I mean, you know, they could all be fake for as much as we know, but some of them seem pretty genuine, like things that happen that are unexplainable.
So yes, so it's weird because like I do like this stuff, but there's only like one show about it I watch. It's Ghost Adventures, and like yeah, they could be faking their experiences. They could somehow be faking the equipment, but one thing I like about Ghost Adventures is if something does happen, like they catch something, they try to debunk it like immediately. Like if they see like something, they make sure like all the windows were properly shut, and like no other like light sources could have caused it. Or like if they get like an EMF, they make sure that, or I guess like if they hear like a voice on their voice readers, I can't remember the terminology for like a voice box or something. They make sure that like it wasn't like anyone else that might be like in another room, something like that. They really try and like debunk it. Plus they have the reasons they're in the places they are is because of like the stories they've heard, and they have a lot of like the people to give their testimonies beforehand. And it's also like research to know like what they're looking for to like get proof of versus like just aimlessly looking. They like, okay, this person told us about this. Let's check that room because that's where they saw it. Something like that.
Yeah.
Could still be fake though, bro.
It
They
could.
be like, let's check to see if it was a window, and it was a window, but they just closed it before they filmed that window.
I mean, it could be, but a lot of the times, like they have like other clips of like even before it happened, like of them like passing by something, and they're like, "See, it's been closed," type thing.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit more skeptical of ghosts than I am of aliens.
Yeah,
personally.
for sure.
I mean, that's understandable. I just feel like there's a lot, like even with aliens and ghosts, there's a lot of like testimonies that would make you feel that, like you can't like completely count it out with the amount of testimonies there
With
are.
aliens, I think Nick makes a good point. I feel like it's just more logical to like think that aliens exist because
absolutely.
like with how big the universe is,
Exactly.
it's like mathematically impossible for there not to be other intelligent life out there. Whether in our solar system or universe is the question. Like, I mean, like there's definitely life out. The universe is like expanding, like it's massive. Like we are like a speck in the universe. So to say we're the only life out there would be ludicrous. Like, but in our solar system, like our galaxy, like I don't know that there's anything. I think maybe I think the life forms are coming from other other areas.
Like
they're
they
coming
might
through
be
wormholes and stuff.
I was gonna say they might be in our solar system, but they might not have like originated from one of the 8 planets.
Right.
That are like in ours.
But the thing is, and you know, I think we've mentioned this before, like, because definitely, you know, we've talked about how the government's starting to recognize UFOs and stuff. You know, nowadays, like, if no, really ever, like you said, Ryan, there's paintings, drawings, whatever, from thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, of aliens and stuff. So, but the thing is, if the aliens had the technology to get here from wherever they are, then they're far more advanced than we are.
Oh, absolutely.
So like they could do whatever they want. If they were hostile, we would have known it by now because we would already be gone. Probably.
That's one of my like main points is that like if their technology advanced enough to be here, they're advanced enough to not be known unless they want to be known.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they could easily hide from there might be accidents, but I feel like they're advanced enough to like cover that up if they wanted to.
Right, exactly. They got to have invisibility on their ships, and like
and then there's like also questions of like the pyramids. How are they built? Because how are humans
that's
gonna
a good
move those massive blocks, stuff like that. There's so many different things like the paintings and I was about to say it before the stream, but they paused me on I don't remember where I heard it, but they implant like advanced technology, like
Anal
for example,
probes.
no. The
Oh.
like the idea of like the telephone, they implant it in like a couple people in case like in case like one of them decides not to go with it or just like dies or something. Like there's multiple. It's definitely going to be made at some point. Just so they
Dude.
make sure like they're kind of helping us advance like in the back, like in behind the scenes.
Dude, that's genius. So
Yeah.
you think Elon they've been planting alien ideas in Elon's head? Because if there's somebody of our time right now, it's got to be him.
And they're like, fly a car over space, fly a car over the moon.
And he woke up, he was like, holy shit,
yeah.
I know what I got to do.
Which is what he did, I'm pretty sure. Didn't he have a car like floating over the moon? Or
Some
something?
crazy
It's his
Over
roadster.
Earth.
It's his roadster. Yeah, he put
right.
his car up there.
Yeah.
Dude,
Elon's
Elon's
like,
a man.
You're like, it'll be lit, Elon. fly a car over Earth.
So I don't know. I feel like there are people that are like advanced enough, like on their own, like smart enough to like just think of these things of like. And I feel like he's like also a kid at heart, and just like he's like, you know what? I got the money. Why not send a rocket? Why not send my car? Why not send my car instead of like this specific car? You know, my car's gone. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Elon, send your specific car, not just pick this specific car. Send yours.
Elon's just enough of a troll to be perfect too. He's super smart, but also very troll worthy. But dude, if you look back, and the only reference that I know exactly what they look like is Albert Einstein. He looked crazy. You know what I mean? So that's like the perfect guy. They're like, look, man, you're inviting light bulbs and shit. Was that him?
That was Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever Einstein invented, they're probably like, man, this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got static electricity in his hair at all times. Like, let's just drop some ideas in this man's head.
What's funny? Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
I was gonna say that's probably more of like his job, and he probably didn't like sleep much. So like he was probably like super stressed, just like trying to like figure stuff out. Like
he's like, gotta save the world, bro. Gotta save the world. No time to sleep.
Yeah. But
wow,
but yeah, Ryan, it's like I think also too something that really fascinates me is the fact that aliens actually live among us, but they're in disguise.
Yeah.
Like I think that, and like sometimes you see people that just look a little bit different, and you're like, you just only think everything up. You're like, oh, humans are diverse, like we all look different, but you never know, man. Like I've seen Men in Black. I know how this works. I've seen Men in Black. I've also seen, if you guys ever watch Under the Skin, it's actually a really good movie. It's really crazy. It has Scarlett Johansson in it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's something going on in that realm. And that's why they need the skin of people. So yeah. So like basically, so that's how they do it. So it's pretty crazy. So that I think would be really interesting as a concept in the real world.
Ooh,
so
question.
Yeah.
If we sent a colony to Mars and a baby was born on Mars, would they be, and they came back, would it be considered an alien?
Yeah, probably. But I guess they're still human. So yeah.
But it was born on a different planet.
Well, we can simplify this a lot. So we're Americans, right? And if we went to Germany and had a baby, would that baby be German or American?
You can
Me and Ryan had a child together.
You can have dual nationalities.
Okay, so can you have dual intergalacticalities?
It's a Martian human.
Yeah, it's maybe it's like a hybrid, like if you're mixed race or something, it's like, like like you go to you're Earthling, but you're also a Marsling.
Yeah.
But dude, what if you're born on Mars and your body immediately adapts and you come out with tentacles instead of arms? Then are you a Martian or are you still
more
a human?
like radiation?
But
like
I wasn't say, are your parents both humans,
Octopus?
or did one of them did your mom go find a Martian?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, dude, imagine the baby coming out and the dad being like, "This doesn't look like me," and the baby's got like 6 tentacles coming out.
Yeah,
the wife's like, "That's you. He looks just like you."
He'd be the greatest athlete ever. Because he could just
not.
Well, I mean, if he had like a bunch of tentacles, he could just catch the ball and dunk it on you with either hand or either tentacle.
He'd be the star of the next Space Jam.
Yeah, stand on the tentacles. Okay, what if you can only just starfish?
Well, I'm thinking he has legs. He has legs, and then he has like 4-arm tentacles, like Goro, but tentacles, and then you can do all that stuff.
I guess we'll have to see after the people come back with their Mars babies.
Which is going to be you, remember? Because you said you were going to go, and you were like, "Oh,
I don't think I said that."
Nick didn't say he'd go.
I got too much shit going on here.
Well, because you said you were going to be one. You were you're gonna be the only guy there, and you're gonna have like a bunch of Mars.
Oh,
bases with
I
all
think
the
I said
women.
that was maybe my stipulation.
Yeah,
That was,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Dude, yeah, shit. That could be worth it. We'll see. I don't know. They got Wi-Fi on Mars. I mean, they have
I don't-
Wi-Fi on like public transit, so I assume we can take it to Mars with us too, right?
Yeah, because Ryan was saying you
Well-
could have great content there, but I was like, but you won't have any internet. So-
No.
The
you
videos
record
won't
it.
be seen for like
No.
12 years
I was
later.
gonna say, you
It
record
finally
it.
uploads.
You record your you vlog it, and then when you finally get back to Earth, you upload it.
I don't think you're coming back though. I think you're there to colonize, which
the
means
videos.
Then put the video, like put your camera in whatever does come back, so that the next people
One of those
there have
things
it
at
and can see it.
the bank. You guys ever go to the bank when you were a kid and you put like the checks in there and they go woof through the
Yep.
tube and they come
Mhm.
back with a lollipop? That's how you send content back to Earth. They just have a giant bank tube
you
from
send it to
Earth
your
all the way
editor
to
on
Mars.
Earth.
Well,
Imagine you make content from that though, and it blows up, billions of views. People are like, "Holy shit, the first Mars vlogger!" But because of the time from when you were there to when you actually get back to Earth, you've just aged
It
so
could-
much, and nobody ever knows it's you. Do you
Or-
think that would be good or bad? Like,
or
would
it
you like
could-
to avoid the celebrity?
So if that much time goes by, it could be turned into like a documentary of like the first like trip to Mars, as opposed to like a YouTube video. It could get turned into like an actual like movie that like it's like played in movie theaters, and then like it's taught to like the future generations, like when like we're colonizing Mars. Like this is the first journey.
Yeah, I don't want it to get played in movie theaters. I want it to get played on the TVs, the big square TVs that the teachers roll out when it's movie
Mhm.
day in class, baby. That's what we
instead
want.
Like,
of-
here's Nick
instead of
floating
in-
through Mars.
I was gonna say, instead of like instant internet fame, it would be more of like you have a legacy.
A legacy of the first man along with 20 women that landed on Mars for a dating show to see who would be the first people married on Mars.
Mars
That's what
Bachelor.
I'll sign up. Mars
Bachelor
Bachelor,
for
yeah,
Mar-
the
yeah.
Bachelor Mars edition.
Yeah.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
give them ideas, Nick. They'll go with it.
Hell
They'll run it.
yeah. You can go with it, but pick me. Pick me. You see this mustache? Pick me.
You see this hair? He looks like Jesus. You can't not
Pick
pick
me.
him. Mars Jesus.
Let's go.
Yeah. But dude, honestly, yeah, I think both ghosts and aliens are really really interesting just because like we have, I don't know if we have definitive proof, but we do have a lot of evidence that would suggest that at least aliens exist. And because,
Well-
like I mentioned, the Pentagon is acknowledging UFOs now, but we don't know whether those are extraterrestrial. Like they could be military.
Exactly.
So a couple years ago, I think it was a couple years ago. One high up, like I think it might have been Air Force or Army, one of the naval or one of the like branches of military that we have. One of the high ups came out and like told us about how a lot of their pilots have stories of like seeing UFOs and things that like, because like we're supposed to be like the most advanced and like have the fastest stuff ever, and like they'll like outspeed it, or they can like turn on dimes, like their technology like way outclasses us, and like they'll come back and like tell people, and they're just told to like keep it like under the rug, like don't tell anybody about it type thing.
Right.
And like there's just so many like pilots with those stories, plus on top of that, like all of the abduction stories from like anyone across the world, like they're all like super similar, like same details, everything, and it's kind of just hard to ignore. Like if they were all like super like vague or like completely different, you'd be like but like they're all literally like telling extremely similar stories. So I mean, it's hard to dismiss.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yep. And I think, you're right, Ryan. Like there's a lot of those type of stories. But that you bring up an interesting point, like with abductions, why would they do, I mean, I guess to sort of learn the human anatomy, but if they're not hostile, why would they need to do that? Like
In case, because like they know that we are like advancing our technology, like why not get the information now while they have so much over us, for that if we ever like somehow catch up and try to like start a war, then they already know everything about us and how to take us down immediately.
Guys, I have a great point, and shout out to Joe Rogan, because my man be talking about aliens on his podcast all the time, and this is the best thing that I've seen or heard him say. Like Will said earlier, if aliens are here, they're probably way more advanced than us, right? So they can kind of do as they please. Like clearly their technology outclasses us by a lot. But it's kind of like how we observe certain animals in the wild. And for the most part, those animals don't know what the fuck's going on. Even if we took one and,
Not that we know.
wanted to like tag it and like it watch it and shit like that, there's a good chance they don't know what's going on because they're dumb. They're a lot stupider than we are. That might be how aliens look at us, right? Like
I
if
think
we
they
were looking at beetles you could pick up a beetle and the beetle would have no idea what was happening. They'd just be like, what?
The beetle
You know
just
what I
met a god.
Yeah, and then the beetle drops down and he's like, yo, beetle homies,
It's
you'll
like if
never
you were-
believe this.
It's like when you
This
reel in a fish
giant
and let it back.
hand picked me up.
It's like
Yeah.
you reel in a fish and it sees you guys and you let it back.
Exact, dude, that's great. That's exactly it. Yeah, like catching a fish.
It's essentially they're literally just watching a bunch of fish in a fishbowl.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they're
what's
like, what's
happening?
going to happen? And like with the point that you guys were making earlier too, maybe they're dropping ideas in people's heads and blah blah blah, because maybe they just want to see what we're going to do with it.
I,
You know what I mean?
feel like they
there's
are trying to help us out a little bit, but at the same time, not like they're trying to like. It's pretty much like they're trying to like help us study for a test without giving us the answers.
yeah. Well, it's also like we've given monkeys tools before. Like we might give a monkey a hammer and see what goes down, but I don't think we've given a monkey like an AK-47. Because monkeys are really fucking strong, so they might not give it back, and they might just go. Talking about guns a lot this podcast, but it is what it is.
Honestly, though, I'm not like
I was gonna say-
one of the reasons. One of the reasons that I've heard a lot of this story. Basically, I think it was Eisenhower that he met with aliens. Like the aliens. One of the reasons I've heard that they're here is they're concerned about our nukes because they're concerned that we're going to destroy
they're-
each other. And
I was
like,
gonna say that, and they're also probably concerned for our planet because we are killing.
yeah, right, because we're like destroying our planet. So
They're-
I've heard
they
that's
could
one of the
be trying
reasons.
to
Like,
help us, like,
there's always the
not murder
urban
it.
myth. They said like a rumor that Eisenhower met with aliens because aliens were concerned about like not only that we were going to destroy ourselves and each other, but like by nuking each other, we were going to somehow destroy this planet and then like mess up other things in the solar system. So like basically, so like they were here because of that, because they're concerned. But like if they're putting ideas in our head, I doubt they would give us the nuke idea because I feel like that would be one. That was probably just humans because we're destructive by nature, I guess. Like but
That's what I was
definitely
saying.
an
How
interesting
there are some people that are like that intelligent to have their own like ideas to like
Right.
that magnitude, but then there are some ideas of like before the phone, who would have thought of that? You know what I mean? Like who would have thought to pick something up to call someone instead of writing a letter and sending it
Yeah.
off on a pigeon?
Yeah. I will say though, it
Seriously.
seems like, the aliens I guess would understand like nukes are supposed to be a war deterrent because they're mutually assured destruction. Like if you nuke me, I'm gonna nuke you. So it's like you're
We're
not
both
gonna
going
do it
down.
because you're both going down. Yeah. So it's kind of like it's not worth it to anyone really. But the aliens I think that is something they're probably concerned about. I would think they're probably very concerned about the like mass amount of nukes that these countries have.
If that's the case, do you think aliens also met with the other leaders of other world powers or just the U.S.?
No,
Like, do they look at the
Yeah.
U.S. and be like, yo, the U.S. is top dog. Let's go talk
No,
to them
I'm
first.
No.
I'm sure they have explored like the whole world. It's just
But
how
who do you think
we-
they talk to first?
how are we going to hear about something that like we barely know anything that's happening across
I'm
the
not asking you to confirm, though, bro. I just want speculation. You think they talk to us, China, Russia, North Korea?
No,
They
Ryan,
seem pretty
confirm
crazy.
it.
They might have
They're-
been like, yo, North Korea, they're off the hinges. We got to go talk to them first.
I was going to say they're advanced enough. Why wouldn't they just talk to all of us?
Because they have one alien leader as well. And
Maybe
they
they
send
think
their best
we're like a-
ambassador.
Maybe they were expecting a one world government, but it just doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause
imagine.
we have many governments.
And the first place they go to is North Korea. They're like,
They're like Kim Jong, I don't know. Like
some of this information we see you giving your people, it doesn't check
he
out.
probably
We've been
told her, he
everywhere.
was just like, yeah, I'm the one world leader. Like I rule the whole world.
Yeah.
and
They're like, all right,
"Okay,
cool, sounds good.
Yeah, all right, cool. We'll just work with him from now on.
I don't-
That's actually why North Korea's been blocked off because that's where all the aliens live. That's why they don't let anybody in or out. They're like, we got to keep this a secret.
So Ryan, for me, I don't know if you guys agree. Like I've thought about this. If I ever had superpowers, my power was invisibility, right? Probably one of the first places I would go would be Area 51. But at the same time, like the government, if they have some weird stuff going on in Area 51, then they already know about invisibility. So they probably can see you somehow. So you're not coming back. That's a one-way trip. Like even if you're invisible, the government could somehow still be like, yeah, we still see you because we have
not
the same
worth it.
technology.
I was
Like a
gonna
heat
say,
sensor or something
they
like
have-
that.
They have landmines. Invisibility is not saving you from a landmine.
Like what just happened? That landmine just
I
went
also-
off by itself.
I also assume because like exactly, but like for example, like
Ryan
I
just
know-
saved my life, Nick. If I ever get invisibility.
Yeah, seriously.
But for example, Bill Gates in his house had it had like a sensor of like weight, so like everyone like had to be weighed so they know who was going where in the house. I assume they have something along those lines of like in Area 51 to like, oh, if like there's like a random weight somewhere, they're definitely gonna go check it out. Yeah, I don't
Right.
see why they just wouldn't have that technology there just to be the extra cautious.
Or if you were just, Superman powerful, you could just fly in and they'd know you were there and you'd be like, well, you can't really stop me. So I'm going to see
Right.
what's in
Oh,
here. Yeah.
But then you'd be the alien.
Yeah, that's true. Superman is an alien. So
Yeah, exactly. You'd
that's
be
true.
the alien.
Right.
fair points. Fair
An
points.
Earth-born Superman. Let's say that. Yeah, where you're an Earthling.
Dude, that'd be great. I used to always say, you guys maybe heard me joke about it before. I might have said it on the podcast, but I used to say like, oh, I'd make a baby with a lot of different women to have like elite babies, a bunch of things. Like to have like a super athlete baby, a super artsy baby, a super intelligent baby. You know what I'm saying? I would want to also let's have an alien baby. Going back to the other, we don't got to go to Mars to figure it out.
I'm not
Let's
sure
just
we'd
have
be
an
able to
alien-
reproduce together.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the whole reason people wanted to raid Area 51 was to clap alien cheeks.
Really? Damn.
No.
They wanted to
I
find
joined
out.
in on that.
No, well, they wanted to find out what was in there, but like the second reason right behind it was like everyone wanted to clap the cheeks.
No,
Right.
Ryan, I believe in humanity more than that.
You think the aliens would have been like, yes, we've been waiting. All these old government officials, they won't like we want.
No,
But,
no.
I feel like they have like more effective ways to reproduce, but
Lame.
But what I was gonna say is,
Effective.
like, okay, like take less time, stuff like that. Like I feel like they could.
Well,
Really,
there's plenty of guys that would
Well, no,
challenge
no,
that.
but I meant I meant take less time as like 9 months to develop, and I feel like they could literally like make it exactly how they want, as opposed to like getting random genetics. But one point I made before the podcast was that like I think I heard somewhere that they've had like technology from aliens for like many years, and they've just been trying to like reverse engineer it to like see how we can like harness it.
Yeah. And Seal is asking a really good question. I'm sure the government does understand. If we've got a hold of any alien, we understand their digestion system.
If
and
they
their
even
whole
have
anatomy.
to. If they even have to.
Yeah, right.
I feel like if they're that advanced technology wise, I feel like they've found ways around, like they probably do like photosynthesis instead of having to sit down and eat and then digest it.
They probably do keto.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot of yoga. Yeah, but it'd be interesting. Like, I think, the problem is like there's probably so many races. I'm wondering, the question would be like, is there one race of aliens that's coming here a lot, or are there multiple races of aliens that are coming here? Like,
or even if there are multiple, do they know of each other? Is there
Right.
like one, like, is it like kind of like us where like we're very diverse? Is it kind of like that and they're just all coming to visit on vacation? Like, what's going on?
oh, that's a great idea. Aliens on vacation, they
They
visit Earth.
actually don't give a fuck. They're just like, yo,
Right.
Earth is lit. If you got a
Right.
week off of work, Earth.
Right.
I think they view I've seen this on TV shows like South Park and everything. Like basically, like Earth is one big reality TV show for aliens,
Yes,
and they think we're all just so
yes.
entertaining, so they watch it.
Well, back to
Like,
your
Earth
point
is getting
of,
canceled.
Yeah, right.
back to your
What?
point of like where they visit. I think my dad told me something a little while ago about.
I think my
like,
dad told me
off
to
the-
go to Miami a lot.
No. In like over South America, they had like footage of like one big ship and then like a couple like orbs like coming out of it, and then all of them just like disappearing.
Interesting.
That's crazy. Dude, I don't know. This whole thing is fascinating to me. Just like I love ghosts, but aliens fascinate me more because I
Same.
think it's just the realistic, like the potential for aliens to exist. Like I said, it's obvious to me.
Well,
like
I guess so. With ghosts, it's a lot. I guess it's a lot harder to like prove,
right.
and there's not really much we can do once we like. Oh yeah, ghosts are real. Okay, cool. Like there's nothing we can really do. But with aliens, there's so much we can like learn, and like, there's just so much. Once we know for a fact, like there's so much more to go off of after that.
I wonder if
Versus like
there's-
with ghosts, it's just, oh, are they here or not? Yes, no, cool.
I wonder if the aliens think like at what point they should reveal themselves to build a relationship with us fully. I'm wondering if they're waiting for us to get to a certain advanced level.
Yeah,
Like
probably.
where like we can become part of like the universe government, where like basically we're like kind of accepted. And once we advance past our primitive stage to them,
Once it wouldn't literally melt all of our minds that they're
I honestly don't know nowadays. I don't know that people would I don't know that it would melt that many minds. Like
I don't know if it would melt minds, but I feel like people would panic.
People would panic. Yeah, I think
There'd
you'd
be
see a
a
lot of
mass-
Walmarts being stashed and stuff.
Yeah,
like people
there would be a mass panic.
toilet
and that's-
paper would be gone again.
Exactly.
For
They
sure.
wouldn't, and that's not what they want. So they're gonna wait, which I completely understand.
Yeah. Yeah, but but like, when is that point? Like, I feel like it's like pretty much at any point we're
I
gonna
also
be
feel
like,
like there's gonna be like if they were and like they tried to land somewhere, like just
yeah, right,
just what is that? You know,
yeah, right.
just gotta make sure like they gotta
But if we're like with,
liabilities at the
but if
lowest.
they're working,
possible
I think the
before anything
aliens.
happens.
I think we know they exist. I think they're probably already working with our government. Like, I think they already communicate and everything. Like, that would be my guess.
Possibly, if they're
Yeah.
advanced enough, they definitely have a way of communicating with us,
Right.
and that could be why they're studying us is to learn our language.
Yep. And they probably learned it in like 5 minutes, because if they're that advanced, they could probably just run like some sort of translator system
Or either that, or they could like go through
telepathically.
like our
yeah.
or just like pull our memories. and
Well,
learn it that way.
imagine an alien pulls up like you're just. Will kind of lives out in like the middle of nowhere, kind of like it's
Yeah.
creepy driving to his house at night. So imagine an alien just pulls up in your field and you walk outside and you see one, and you and the alien kind of lock eyes and you're like, "Shit, what do I do?" And the alien like kind of,
And I'll
what
just
you
be like,
doing, bro? What you
"Skewoo!"
doing? You're like, "Oh shit!" And you just dap
And then
him
we'll
up.
dap
The
him up,
alien's
yeah.
already hit. They
I'm
know
like,
it's
"What up,
good.
bro?" Yeah,
They're
he's
like,
yeah. I know
We
to come and
heard
hang
you
out
have
now.
good collectibles.
We'll
we
be
would
yeah,
like to see.
Let's eat nacho cheese Doritos.
we
We're-
are there lit.
Like, we agree, nacho cheese is the best flavor.
Nacho cheese is alien.
Nick
race.
is very wrong. We love your
Oh,
podcast.
Yeah, true. We love your podcast. Spicy nachos clearly fourth.
Dude, imagine that shit would be great.
It would be incredible. That'd be content right there.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you film that
seriously.
interaction. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be like, dude, can you come on the podcast? We've been
Right.
waiting to be
Yeah.
asked. You know?
It's gonna be lit.
They're like, guys, for the first episode of season 3, we've got a new guest. We've got deep bloop bloop.
How do you say your name again?
Yeah. Can you say it for us?
Can
well,
you
one joke I was going to make earlier when Nick asked, like, has Elon been communicating with him? I was going to say something about him naming his
True.
child. He might have like a little bit of their,
what did he name his child?
It's
I didn't
like
even see.
characters.
it's
Really?
it's
Google it real quick. Google it real quick
Okay.
because I want to see
Yeah.
it again too.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like there's a simple pronunciation for it, but the way when you look at it, you're like, what in the world? It's like
What the?
It's like Alex.
it's like Minecraft enchanting table language.
That's the kid's
Yeah,
name.
it's like X.
Can you show it?
Yeah, hold on. Like, let me.
It's like X Ash A12 or something along those lines.
Asher.
Where is it?
His name.
Yeah, see, it's right here on the left.
Yeah, it's like X Ash A12.
Yeah,
or
it's this
something
one
along
right
those
here.
lines.
Yeah, how to pronounce Elon Musk's baby's name? His name.
It
the
may
name
be
baby
against
lives in
California
California.
regulations.
That's
Holy
crazy.
shit.
I have an advertisement it's trying to hit me with.
Yeah, it says right there X Ash A12. Down.
Yeah.
X
X
Ash
Ash.
A12.
What
That's
a
it.
name, dude. But I guess he
Right?
won't get bullied because he's Elon Musk's son. So, if anything,
Or
everyone
maybe
will
he
love him.
does.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but that, I don't know, man. Like, the teacher's going to be like, I don't know.
Yeah, the
I'm just,
teacher's-
I see you're here.
last
Well,
name
no. They're gonna learn that this tagging the substitute's like here.
yeah, true. You're here. I see you.
Here. Yeah.
No,
It's
I'm
me
gonna
here.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get this right. It's give your best pronunciation. Sorry, I couldn't follow through with the bit.
No, it's X Ash A12.
Yeah.
It's Aaron.
True, Aaron.
Yeah.
Balake. Yeah, but I don't know, man. This alien thing is just really crazy to me. It's
I
I
think
think
we'll meet them in our lifetime.
no.
Damn.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be past our lifetime. But
Yeah.
Damn.
I think people are already living longer. I mean, I could see our generation living, 90s to 100s, like pretty regularly.
Don't put that evil on me.
I'm gonna live to 100. So, do you think that aliens will make contact within the next 70
No.
years?
No.
Lame. I'm gonna
Not
have to
publicly.
live longer.
Not publicly. It'll be
I say not
government.
publicly. But
Yeah. But I think Ryan, I don't know if you'll make it to 100 because of all the
I hope
bottles of
not.
water and the subs you've eaten that
I hope
quickly. Like,
not.
it's gonna catch up to you at some
I
point.
hope not.
He's such a troll, bro.
Yeah, he is, dude. He's Joel. When you look in that fly in that outfit, you can say whatever you want. I guess.
One
Fresh to
thing-
death, bro. When
one
you're too
thing-
fresh, just oop.
One thing I noticed is that how drastic the difference can be when you're like older. How like at 70 you could either be like like bedridden or in a wheelchair, or you could be like fully functioning, like still like doing yard work, like the whole nine, like every
Yep.
day. Like just the drastic difference is crazy.
Well, I'm hoping that in our lifetime that we can become immortal by making us robots. Like we could be, dude, like Cyberpunk or Ghost in the Shell, something like that, where like you could have like metal robot parts and live a long time. That'd
Brain
be legit.
lasers.
Brain lasers, baby.
Dude, it's that, what's it called? Neuralink. Here's the
Neuralink,
thing.
yeah.
I think I would do that, but at some point I do think I'd be like, all right, bro, unplug me. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I was gonna say. Do you want to live forever? Because
I want to live as long as I can grind it out to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want like robot parts in me to keep me going, but I definitely like, it's a challenge to me. Like I'm trying to live long.
Well, you probably wouldn't
I
eat
have.
again, or like you wouldn't have a digestive system. You probably, because all those parts will eventually wither away. You know.
Yeah, I know, but
So.
that's why you got to take care of yourself now. Drink a lot of
I have
water.
a
You know what I'm
question.
saying? So you can stay.
Even your brain though will go away, so that's gonna be tough to. Yeah.
I have a
We'll
on
find
the line question, if you don't mind.
What'd you say, Ryan?
I said I have an on the line question, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
dude, go for it.
So, if we don't think we'll discover aliens in our lifetime, do you think we'll discover if there's something after death?
No,
As soon as you die, you'll
because
know.
I don't think anyone will know until you get there. So
Well, yeah, but like, what if they go there and they somehow get like brought back, like Walt Disney froze himself or something like that? What if we brought him back and was like, "What's up, dude?" And
But
like,
he probably. But I've heard of people having near death experiences telling stories like that. You know.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like there was one who
Yeah.
like I guess she like clinically like died or whatever, and like
Yeah.
she wrote and like she like came back enough to like write something down and then like died again or something like that. Or like, and I don't remember what she wrote, but like someone close to her got it like tattooed on her.
Imagine she wrote D's nuts.
No, it was something along the lines of like there is something else or something like that.
What if she was like Supreme Drop, July 25th,
Yeah.
7:30?
Yeah.
She was trying to give you a heads up. She saw the future.
Yeah, dude. Be like, thanks, Grandma.
Yeah, true. I that's Ryan. That's Ryan's story. That's how he got that jacket.
What if
It's
she
not
was like,
Supreme,
if
but-
somebody ever offers you $200,000 to take it?
Yep, you know. But yeah, Ryan, that's a really good question, dude. I think I just don't think we can know. I mean, like we can always take someone's word for it if they had a near death experience and be like, "Oh, what did you see?" Because I mean, one thing I've always found fascinating about like the afterlife is sort of like, you know, when people are near death, right?
Or they say they see a light.
Yeah, that for sure is one of the things. But like another thing where like if they're near death, you're not sure. They say they see family members who are dead, right? So it's kind of like, is that dementia? Most likely outcome, yes. Or is it afterlife because you're like teetering on worlds? You know what I mean? Like you're starting to see family members who are waiting for you, and that to me gets me like really like interested and intrigued because I'm like,
Depends what
I-
family members.
Yeah, but
who
I
went
like
up,
to-
who went down.
but I'm but
Never
I,
know.
true. But like some people don't believe in that at all. Some people just
I
believe
know.
there's an afterlife. So I mean,
But then
like
there's a theory that like the light you see is the like the light from you being born again. If you believe in like being
reincarnation.
yeah, because
That's
like
crazy
like
shit.
yeah,
Reincarnation does make a lot of sense to me, to be honest.
I'd want to be an animal.
You'd be like a worm or something.
No, I'd want to be like probably like a dog.
A dog, a dog would be good. Nick, I could see
could be-
Nick wanting
you
to be
could
like
be
a tiger. Or
sleep all
lion.
day.
You'd be like a tapeworm in a dog.
Thanks. Thanks.
That'd be great. You could be a tick on a dog.
There you go. Hey,
Yeah.
you gotta settle for what you get, honestly.
Yeah, Ryan's like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
um,
I'll suck blood. That's Ryan right there.
toes more preferably, but
No,
Yeah,
no,
right.
no, 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 no.
oh no.
So yeah, but I think reincarnation does make sense to me. Like, and you know, you're sort of on a hierarchy. Like your karma, that's what I've heard. Like your karma dictates where you go in the next one. Like you know, your karma in this life dictates kind of how you live your next life out. So that's really
There's-
interesting.
There's something about like deja vu being like something you've seen in a past life.
Dude, deja vu, that Ryan, I actually believe that's true. Like I actually believe it's a past life type thing because it's just too weird of a feeling. Like it's too weird. Like no one can explain it. Like it's like you get that feeling and you're like, huh. I think it's either that makes a lot of sense, or like alternate dimensions where there's like like there's alternate versions of you who are experiencing similar things, and you almost have like a clipping, like the glitch in the Matrix, where like something in that alternate dimension you experience that
like all
already.
of us click at once.
Yep, something like that, right? Where you all experience the same thing at the exact same time. Like alternate dimensions makes a lot of sense to me too. Like I've always heard that aliens could be us from other dimensions and stuff like that. You know, like I've heard that kind of thing. So
Well, to the me's of the other dimensions, hope you're doing great.
Hi.
they probably
Hey.
have lots of swag already too. Because like, dude, now I got this in my mind too. Because like Marvel's doing this with the Loki show. There's like variants of Loki. Like there's Lokis in a different universes basically, and they're all different.
It's like Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep, exactly. It's just like that. So like basically, like I could see like, could you imagine other versions of yourself? And I think we'd all be shocked
I
like how
feel
different
bad.
they could be based on your experiences. Like there could be a lot of different versions of Nick.
So
who
many
turn out
forks in the
different.
road.
Yep.
That led you down different paths.
Yep.
Hey, when you guys have, do you guys have deja vu often?
Not often, but it does happen to me every once in a while.
I feel like
Not much.
I don't know what would be constituted as often, but it's not unusual if I have it happen like once a month or something like that.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah. So when that happens, do you guys try to figure out what's going to happen next? You're like, yo, this has happened before. And you're like, what comes next? Do you guys ever have that thought? Because that's what every time I have deja vu, I'm like, what's going to happen? I try to
No,
figure it out and like predict it before it happens.
I try to figure out when I've seen it before. Like I try to figure out like
Interesting.
what I did to cause it. Like I don't remember I honestly it doesn't happen much to me. It's like, so I don't remember the last time I had it, but like I usually just try and be like, I'm like, I feel like I've done this before, and then I'm like, but when? Like where did I do this before type thing? Like I'm trying to figure out like the source of it as opposed to like, oh, what happens next?
What kind of instance do you have deja vu in though? Because when I have it, it's like during conversations with people. Like I'll have it, and there's no way I've had this conversation with somebody before. It'll be like at work sometimes.
No, I've had that happen. Yep.
With conversations.
Yep. During conversations.
And
Yep.
I'm trying to like, I'll think in my head, I'll be like, what are they gonna say next?
Right.
I try to like anticipate what they're gonna say.
That's
It's
what
like
I'm saying.
I
It's
get
an alternate
like,
dimension
asphyxiated
thing.
on it. Yeah.
Or there's
Well-
like a time issue, like where there's like a time where you've experienced that event already or something, you just don't
Mhm.
realize it. Yeah.
See, before I have conversations, I play them out in my head, so I can't like say it's deja vu. Mine usually happens like when I'm doing something, like say I'm driving or whatever, and like I see something, and I just get the feeling of like I've like this exact thing has happened before.
I've
or
driven
something like
this
that.
road before.
Or
Yeah, right.
like I don't
My
know.
driveway.
It's like it's never been like in a conversation with people, but even if it were, I like immediately write it off because like I usually play through conversations beforehand and try and like take any angle they could of what they say, so I already have like an idea of like how to like where to go depending what they say.
Interesting,
Yeah. Yeah.
dude.
That makes sense.
Sure.
Cohen asked a really good question. Do you think aliens would look like us? I don't think so.
Well, you said they're living among us, so like they have
Unless
a way
they're
to look
alternate
like us.
dimension versions of us.
Well, so like I feel like they have a way to like cloak themselves
Yes.
to look like us, but their true forms. I
Yeah,
don't
their
think
true
look
form
like
would not
us.
look like us.
Yeah,
Correct.
okay.
Yeah.
I
Like
agree.
they have like a way to sort of replicate our
The
appearance.
camouflage
Yep.
amongst us.
Yep. Yep. Like
Right.
maybe replicate like an artificial skin, kind of like what we have, and put that over them, sort of like a costume.
Maybe that's why we have doppelgangers, because we got abducted.
They're like,
and they just
yo, that
copied
person
us.
looks cool. I want to look like that person.
Yeah.
Or they
You
just,
remember
Exactly.
like-
in Men in Black where that little alien that's living in like the cat owner's head?
Yep.
Yeah, it could be like that.
It's
They're
like
just
that,
like
yeah.
driving humans.
It's
That's why
like,
every now and again you see
like
people
the-
like short wire and shit.
like the Disney movie, with the emotions, and it's like all about the emotions
Oh,
controlling.
yeah,
whatever.
Ah.
Inside Out,
Inside Out. Yep. That's it.
that or like when Plankton is controlling SpongeBob.
Well, have you guys actually heard of like the real Men in Black? Like supposedly like there's a real Men in Black out there, and people have interacted with them where they do have like a more alien like appearance, and like they're not they Men in Black like actually exist, but they're not like as comedy. Like they're not like they are in the movies.
No,
Like,
so
they're, like
they came out that the government had like a ton of money, like on what's it called when they get like allotted money, like
tax money or
no, well, like if so when the government like they have like all their departments, then they allot money to the different departments. Well,
Allocated.
yeah.
there's a different word for it, but like there was allotted a ton of money to a unit that like does a lot of research on like the claims. Like if people claim they got abducted, like they have people that'll like go out
Right.
and investigate it to see if it's true or not. And like they have so much money invested in like and just like aliens and like
Right.
research of it.
Well, people have said, a lot of people have said they've met the Men in Black. Like there's multiple, and they always show up typically with black suits and like sunglasses and stuff.
Well,
but they
it's
said they
government,
don't.
so
Yeah, they said that, but they said they don't look human. You know what I mean? Like people have said they look kind of like off, like something looks like, yeah, like they look kind of, yeah, like abnormal. And they'll show up at night a lot and stuff. Like they don't show up during the day and stuff. So it's definitely,
so you think it's like an alien version of our government then?
right. Like aliens are maybe working with our government, sort of like saying like, hey, like, you know, you didn't see anything basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's usually
that's
people
what
who
they're
have
trying to
seen
do.
something,
Okay.
like people who saw a UFO or like had an abduction story or something. So then the Men in Black will show
Okay.
up. Yeah,
Oh, so I guess it's like they're not supposed to remember, but they do. So the aliens
Right.
send
Yep.
some of their own that
cleanup
are kind
work.
exactly versus
Mm.
it being our actual government.
So it's kind of
Okay.
like, you know,
Oh, I
Men in
see.
Black, they use the thing that flash you and make you not remember. So it's kind of like that. I feel like, you know, it'd be like that. Yeah.
Watch them knock at our doors with that tonight and
I
delete
know.
our podcast from
If somebody pulled up
YouTube.
to my house like that, one, I'm not opening the door.
They're gonna
And
open
they
it
try
for
to
you.
I'm gonna fight them. You gonna have to take me down,
Yeah.
dude. That would be so creepy if there's just like
Yeah, it would.
on the door at like 11 o'clock at night. I'd be like,
That's not a door. I wouldn't answer anyone at 11 o'clock.
Ryan knows what's up, baby. I'll
doesn't-
be like, excuse me.
Honestly, it doesn't matter the time. If someone knocks on my door and I'm not expecting it, I usually just don't answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then what if you like peek? What if you peek out in your yard through that window right there and you just
I
see
can't.
people like
I can't see my
posted up?
front door
No,
from my room.
they've surrounded the premises, sir.
I don't think they'd send that many people. I feel like it'd be
It's usually
too
two.
obvious. As I say, they might send like two, so like I might be able to like go and check like,
creepy.
the glass.
But
I keep looking out my window too, expecting
know.
somebody to be like,
Yeah, I know. See, but even talking about it is creepy for sure. But I think they would, if they're that advanced, I think they're gonna make you comply. Like I
oh yeah,
feel
our
like,
podcast wouldn't still be running on YouTube.
yeah,
right
it's
now.
kind of like, you know, they can probably just make, you know how they
Right.
actually abduct people, right? So like, you know, they'll make you like that. They can just make you kind of just go numb basically, and like you won't have any control over your decisions.
well,
Like,
they're gonna have to do it
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna accept it.
a lot of the stories, like a lot of people that don't specifically remember, they just lose time for
Yep.
like a
they'll
couple
show
hours.
up like
and that's
5
it.
hours later or a day later or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
What if
like,
it happened? You're like, fuck, I'm late for work.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I oversleep? Meanwhile, you were getting like probed by aliens. Why does my butt hurt?
Yeah.
that's like someone was telling me the story of someone was like they kind of like did research on aliens or whatever, and they're like moving their family because I guess they got like laid off due to COVID and found a new job, so they're moving their family. And at one point, like they pulled over on the side of the road, and then just out of nowhere, it was like 3 or 4 hours later, and they had no idea what happened.
Maybe they just fell asleep.
Hell no.
The whole family?
Oh, it was the whole family?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just one person. Yeah.
Obviously, they're just gonna like with other people in the car, just one goes missing.
No, but I mean, like, yeah, but I mean, if they have a whole family, yeah, then that you would, like, I'm saying, like, I think, you know, with that kind of technology, that you just go out, like, you're gonna be out like a light. You're not gonna, you know, if you remember anything of it, it's because you have a really strong mental psyche to remember anything about it. Yeah, and that's why they send them.
Usually it's like white lights and stuff. It's nothing
Yeah.
like super like
'Cause
important.
some people say they remember it. It was Barney and Betty. What's their names? They're from like the 70s
Rubble?
or something. What'd you say?
Barney and Betty Rubble?
Maybe. Yeah.
Dude, that's the Flintstones.
Oh, maybe not. It's a different Barney and Betty. Were their names Rubble?
Yeah,
Oh,
the,
okay.
the neighbors, not Fred and Wilma Flintstone, but Barney and,
Maybe it's,
and
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the Flintstones. I swore there was a couple. There's a couple in the 70s, and
they drove
they have
around
a
with
really
the rock
compelling
car.
alien story.
Okay.
Barney.
And there's a there's a road in the U.S. that people like to travel just to like see the sites where like a lot of alien activity
Betty and
happen.
Barney Hill. I didn't make it up.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice.
Yep. Told you it's real. Aliens are real. But yeah, they had a really compelling story. They went under like psychosis and like different like psychological treatments, and they would like sort of recollect their experience, and it was like really crazy to listen to. So
Is that what the movie was about? There was like a movie about people in like, and was it like Washington like getting abducted and then like trying to remember the stories?
I think so. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen it. Do you know what it was called?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I don't either. So Yeah, it's funny. Nick said rubble. I was like, maybe. I was like, that's actually the Flintstones. Failed that test. But yeah, it's a great question. You think aliens would look like us, like you said? Like, I mean, I think they would if they wanted to blend in. Otherwise, definitely not.
I forgot that's how that conversation started.
Yeah, Cohen leading us down the right path here. So, guys, with the aliens topics, where else haven't we gone to wrap things up?
Dude, the bottom of the ocean. I think that's where the aliens hide their shit.
You think that's where they are, Ryan?
Oh, creepy. Also creepy.
I don't know. I just feel like you can't rule it out because just so much has been unexplored. I love the ocean, and this is something we could have had a completely separate podcast on.
Cthulhu.
But like just
Cthulhu, bruh.
Like, so what is it? Like 70% of our Earth is the ocean,
right?
And only like 10%, if that, is explored. Like, there's just so much we don't know, and there's so many, like, even just like fish that we don't know exist, or like sea creatures that we have no idea that are there because they live in the abyss that we can't get to.
Cloverfield.
All this money and technology spent to going into space, bro. We should be going deep sea diving.
I think the pressure's too great. That's the problem, yeah.
But we do have some, like, we've gotten like pretty far and found.
Drop a camera down there, man.
We'll never get it back.
Giant flashlight on it.
There's too much pressure. The camera would just
we gotta learn, bro. You don't think there's a lot of pressure to up into space?
Yeah.
And we make it up there.
I think we don't have the technology to withstand that type of pressure at the bottom of the ocean. That's the problem.
The only pressure would be like the velocity that you're going at, which like we already have like cars and stuff for. Like like once you're into space, there isn't like the additional pressure versus like going, the deeper you go in the ocean, there's additional pressure.
Yeah.
Dude, there's got to be some sort of technology, because if shit lives down there, you know what I mean?
Evolution. Well, I've always thought, Ryan and Nick, I've always brought up an interesting, like, I've always thought of this, like, is there a giant sort of Cloverfield monster that lives at the bottom of the ocean that we don't know about? But the problem is, like, and my brother brought this up to me, for a monster like that to sustain itself, it would have to eat a ton of food.
Yep.
Like, it would have to literally destroy an entire ecosystem to survive. So
that's
there's
like
the one.
That's like the theory of like the megalodons live down there, but there's no like way, because of the amount they have to eat like every day. The fact that like no like remains have like washed up, like it's bound for like one of them to have like died at some point where it could have like washed up or been found by like a boat or something.
Right. Yeah, and there's the one I can't remember what it's called. They said it was icebergs colliding, but it was a sound wave from the bottom of the ocean. And it sounded like a lot like a monster. Like it sounded like a roar. It sounded like it was like a ooh, ski-oo at the bottom of the ocean. But no, it sounded. I'm not giving it just a bunch of ocean. It sounded like but they said it was icebergs colliding near the bottom of the ocean. But it sounded like alive. Like, and people have always kind of, I forget what it's called though.
Because there was something about it in like it's probably the Megalodon movie where like they hear something and then it like comes and gets them.
Well, okay, listen to this though. Whales are gigantic and they just eat like little things. Kelp, is that what it's called? Or
yes, krill.
Krill, thank you, krill. Yeah. So what if these giant monsters on the bottom of the ocean? They're just.
But we know whales exist.
Yeah, I know, but. That's what I'm saying. Whales are big as shit. So there could be something that's also just as big as a whale, if not larger, that just be eating real tiny things. They'd just be repopulating really.
Yeah, but the amount they'd have to travel to sustain themselves with the tiny little things, like they would have somehow been seen by now.
It'd just be going across the bottom of the ocean, man. A lot of shit down there. Maybe not, though, because there's no sunlight for plants, right? So there's probably no plant life down there.
Yes, but at the same time, there's only so much that's that deep to like where we can't get. Like there's stuff to like where we could get that like even if they were there we would have found it by now, but there's only like so much space that where we can't.
Dude, here's a question too, or like a point. Hold on, before you play that, if we can't go down there because the pressure would be too much for us to handle, who's to say that them coming up here would be too much for them to handle? You know what I mean? Like it's not enough pressure.
Right.
Like it's almost like if we go too high into the sky, like if you hike a mountain, like the altitude, the air gets thinner and shit like that. Like people struggle doing that shit like that.
I mean, it is possible, but I feel like some remains would have washed ashore by now, or like washed or like been dredged up by one of the boats by now.
Maybe the
Maybe
government took them.
That's
Maybe
like
they're just heavy as fuck, and they just stay at the bottom.
that's like there's one like massive shark that like lives down there during the day, but at night it comes up to like feed.
It don't live all the way at the bottom. Then there's no way.
No,
'Cause,
but
dude,
it
you're
lives,
also
it lives-
closer to the Earth's core. You know what I'm saying? That's probably got a pretty strong gravitational force.
Huh?
I don't know.
Ryan's a physicist. He knows this. But I'm trying to see if we can play the sound.
Yeah,
Does it play? Can you hear it?
No,
I can't.
I'm gonna look it up just so I know what.
Because the sound's on. Maybe
Is it gonna give me nightmares?
I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you guys have to listen to it. I think it starts around like a minute or something.
The bloop, a mysterious sound from the deep ocean. For our audio only listeners.
Yeah, basically, long story short, you guys have to look that up. But like, it's supposedly they kind of it said it was icebergs, colliding. I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's definitely very interesting to hear. It's like it's kind of sounds like a roar or a monster call or something. Yeah, but you're right, though, Ryan. I think like if we had something like that, Nick brings us a good point. Maybe they can't make it up here. Maybe it's not possible for them to make it up to us. And, why would they? So, but if a monster was that big, yeah, the problem was they would have to eat so much to like simply survive each day.
But that's like there was a giant squid that washed up somewhere, and just like the eye was like massive.
Really?
Yeah, hold on.
Well, it's kind of like the Godzilla thing. Like Godzilla would have to eat so much food to survive each day. Like, I mean, unless he had some sort of otherworldly system where he didn't have to eat that much, but yeah, like it would take a lot to sustain Godzilla. He's massive. Like think how much we eat in a day.
So this says that the giant squid's eye is the size of a soccer ball.
Creepy as
Did it come
frick.
from the bottom, you think, or lower than we go?
They're pretty low. Let me see. What depth do giant squids live?
It's interesting that the ocean has like levels of where
they-
people live, where alien. Or
Yeah,
not
they live in
aliens,
the
but-
Twilight Zone, which
Where
is between
aliens live.
1,000 and 2,000 feet deep.
Dude, that's a lot.
2,000 feet
And
deep.
it's crazy that the lower you go, the different like anatomy that a lot of stuff has, and like there's some stuff that like glow or that are like completely
Translucent.
translucent. There's stuff that like illuminates. There's some that are like see through and like the insides light up. It's kind of
Well, if you're at the bottom of the ocean, it's pretty dark down there, so you probably have to have some sort of illumination if you live down there.
Usually that's for like to attract things to you versus like
Right.
the stuff that like is see through is like just trying to like stay alive.
Right. Wonder how they.
I
would
always think
see
of
that.
those fish with like the things that hang over their
Anglerfish.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are creepy as frick.
Yeah.
But there's I don't remember what they were diving for, but they were going like so deep just to find like one thing, and then like on like the last day they found it, and it like it like it like lights up like it's like kind of like a rainbow color or something like that, and it's really cool. But so our next question is, why is the male G spot in the butt? It's like,
Bring up a good point.
Perfect. All right, guys. So we hit our hour mark for the show. Any final thoughts about Aliens Ghost before we head out?
My final question for you guys is, if you could meet an organism that lives in the afterlife like a ghost, or extraterrestrial like an alien, or a bottom of the ocean dweller, who you picking?
Oh, Alien.
alien.
Yeah, same.
I think it's just too. But Afterlife would be really cool. That would be cool too. That's a close second.
Really? You wouldn't want to go to the bottom of the ocean?
No,
There's
because
more
they're
to,
not intelligent. You know what I mean? They're
I
not
was saying-
on our level.
so there's more to, so I guess it's the in order of what there is to learn from like aliens, definitely number one. Number two, someone who's like passed on, because then there is there is an afterlife, and then the bottom of the ocean, depending what it is, because like some
What if there's
like,
people down there? Atlantis type shit.
right. That's
That'd be
what I'm
cool.
saying. Like it would depend what it was from down there, because like there is like technology we base off of like creatures that we've seen, you know, if it's something that we could definitely like learn or take a leaf out of its book, then yeah, but I'd still stick with my order without knowing.
But aliens are compelling no matter where it's from. Like even
Exactly.
if it's not a super intelligent alien, if it were like an unintelligent alien, it'd still be interesting.
Yeah, because if it's here, then it's more intelligent than we are.
Right.
We get smart enough. There aren't actually aliens here, but we eventually get smart enough and have good enough technology that we go to another planet,
We become
and
the
all the
alien.
aliens are just like the Fall Guys characters. It's just the whole planet of them just kind of like
Imposters and what's it called?
in Among Us.
Yep.
We teach them how to play basketball so we can dunk on them and feel good about ourselves.
Space Jam 3,
Hell
baby.
yeah. We dominate them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We
All
always
right,
get
guys.
pick first instead of pick last. That'd be great.
You'd be first, Ryan, in our book every time.
Not on my team. Sorry, bro.
Is
Picking
Ryan
LeBron
trash?
first.
It's fine. I'll strike Nick out.
Oh
No way. No way.
Even now, Nick's still in his prime. He's got
Nah,
this.
fuck that. I'm scared of the ball, dude. You're not gonna strike me out because I'm not gonna bet.
I thought you played
digress.
softball, though, didn't you, Nick?
Yeah, they underhand that shit,
It
bro.
can still hurt. No,
You just be like,
ow.
no, just lean out of the way, bro.
I was
People
watching-
be catching it sometimes. They'd be like,
I was watching
throw
Olympic.
back.
I was watching Olympic softball, and a girl literally took a ball off the shin and literally just straight up sprinted to first base with like out saying like she was like I don't think she like even said anything. She just like opened her mouth and just like sprinted to first and was
That
fine.
is determination.
I'm not that type of savage anymore.
Well, dude, if you play infield and softball, you're gonna get some bombs hit at you.
That's why I don't. I play outfield.
Yeah, right.
I used to always tell my teams, like, if it ever comes down to it where like I have to pitch or play the infield, we just forfeit because I'm not going to.
I pitched. It was fine. Yeah.
That was in intramurals, bro, and you were pitching to your own team, and I still almost took Will out a couple times on accident.
Never.
But dude,
Dude, the team turned a corner when I started pitching. Remember that?
dude, we won the
Yeah,
championship.
because Ryan, we were like 0-1 or 0-2, and then I came in, and then we won every single game since then when I pitched.
Every
you didn't have
game.
me on your
Nick never called the bullpen on me because I was always
He was
top tier.
always spot on, baby, and we won the championship.
No,
Ryan,
we weren't pitching to our own team in that league. Remember the men's game?
Oh,
pitched to
but
the
we
other
won
team.
championship in both.
We
I
won
forgot.
championship in both, right?
Me and Will won intramural softball, co-ed, and men's league.
Yeah,
the
we won
same-
both, Ryan, the same
It was like
year.
back-to-back days, right?
Yep.
Dude,
We won both. Yeah.
Brian, I don't know if you were at SU at that time or not.
No, I wasn't. Because I remember you saying you were going to go play softball with Will, but I thought it was the other Will.
It was both of them.
Oh,
I think he was on the team too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was both Wills.
Yeah.
He was at least on the men's team. I think he was on the co-ed team too. No,
I think he was. He was. He was our leadoff hitter. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Will was nice, dude. He's nice. Yeah.
Don't let him hear that.
Is it gonna go to his head?
Yeah, he is good though. He is good.
Yeah, he's good.
But I gotta bust his balls, man. Can't give him no props.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys. Season 2 finale, Aliens, Ghosts. Let us know in the comments what you think below. And dude, they're real. No doubt about it.
Also, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you believe and your thoughts on any of the topics that were discussed tonight.
Yes, absolutely. That Ryan, amazing plug, by the way. That was really effective.
Yeah.
Nick, any final thoughts?
Skee-oo.
Skee-oo. Live in the sunshine, baby. All right, guys. Peace out. That's enough.
Bye.
Skee-oo.